face. I'll look up and show the motions I'll use.
Welcome back. This is Professor Josh, and I'm talking about Day 3 and 4 of South by Southwest EDU. So today I wanted to really get started with talking about what was going on for Day 3, some of the cool things I checked out, and really what some of the takeaways are from Day 4, kind of wrapping up a really quick South by Southwest EDU. So finally, Day 3, we get into some other sessions that really deal with what's going on in education. One of the sessions I went to had a couple people that I knew personally and have tweeted with and talked with, Audrey Waters, Tanya Johnson, and a couple other people, Amy and George, that really, dived into talking about how EdTech and tech companies and those that want to get in the educational field really need to talk with researchers, real researchers, people doing research in education, and also really talk to educators. And I think educators and students are so important. A lot of people forget about really diving in and talking to those. So I think, looking at that and taking away some of the information, so important that these EdTech companies and these companies that want to reach out and do things talk to people like me. I'm an instructional designer. I've been teaching for over 10 years, been higher ed for over 15 years, and been involved with a lot of different educational technology things, online learning, seen it grow and change. And you need to reach out to people like us, not to say, here, try my product, but here, what do you think of my product, and be able to take some feedback and some influence. And I worked with quite a few different startups and companies with that, and I love giving advice. I worked with Startup Weekend EDU and really dove into, always being a mentor at Startup Weekends, because I have, some great experience with social media and knowing the EdTech scene and what's going on. Yeah, you really have to dive into these kind of things and get some help and guidance and assistance. Another thing, as I went throughout the day, just checking out other things happening, checking out some of the other lounges like Compass Learning, Social Media Lounge, going back to Google Lounge, seeing what was happening in there, seeing what was going on in Pearson's Lounge, just checking out some different things around the environment, seeing people interact, talk with people. Really neat to connect. One of the things I really wanted to check out was the final pitches for the Launch EDU, and Launch EDU had 3 different finalists that made it to that final round to be able to go for the winning pitch there. One of them, the first one, was Admittedly. Admittedly looks at helping students find really the college that's for them by really focusing on surveying them, testing them, kind of looking at their scores, what they like, don't like, things like that, and getting them the right fit of college. A different take on that. Proctor IO, which reminds me a lot of some of the other Proctor systems that are out there, such as Respondus Monitor, those kind of systems that take into fact students, watching them, recording them, pointing out if there's something discrepancies, taking ID from them, voice recognition to make sure it's the same voice, no voice in the background, ambient noise, is taken in, those kind of things. Someone's not talking to that person. So that company, and then the final company that I showcased a couple days ago, actually, as we looked at Launch EDU, kind of the kickoff, start off, was at Robots Labs. So Robots Labs was actually picked as the winner. So great things going along with 4 different kinds of robots and math curriculum to really guide teachers and help them out along the way. And really neat, innovative things on the mobile device to control these. So definitely I was glad to try those out, and kind of glad just to kind of mingle around and check out what's happening and what's going on. In the evening, it was time for all the meetups that happen, and as working with Canvas as a sponsor, as really diving into what they're doing and trying to help them kind of reach out to the community, just as a educator, as interested in technology, as interested in better learning. I wrote a recently article for the Keep Learning blog, so if you haven't checked that out, definitely reach out, and talking about ways we can really learn outside the classroom, talking about hacker spaces, startup weekends, things like that. So definitely, check that out. I love the fact that they did a grants program, so being able to do that and give away some money to K-12 and higher ed educators to do what they want to do and try things out. Another thing, they gave out some great prizes, of course, the headphones. So if you didn't see the great headphones, check these out. But they were giving those out every 10 minutes. They had shirts, Teach Long and Prosper. What nerd doesn't love that? Geek doesn't love Star Trek. So having a shirt like that is really cool. And really just, a lot of people, I was surprised at some of the people that didn't even know about Canvas, because this conference brings in such diverse groups of people, educators from K-12 that don't really deal with the learning management system. Also, when you look at other people from other countries and all over the world, I've talked with people from Japan, Russia, all over Canada and US and things like that. So it's amazing the diverse group of people you get here at South by Southwest EDU. As we kind of dove into the realming, finishing up that night, they had a Launch EDU party, and then they had a after party with Canada EdTech. So they kind of realmed out, getting people together, networking. That's what part of this is about, is having fun and meeting new people. And the biggest thing is reaching out and meeting those new people and connecting with people that you've never connected with before. The final day really was wrapping up for me. One of the things I checked out was E-rate talk. There was an E-rate talk, and really it was a politician, FTC. When you look at that and look at what's going on with that, I wasn't really familiar with it, so I wanted to kind of get to know what was going on, and it just seemed more of, here's what we want to do, and let's see if it really happens kind of thing. To me, I didn't get a lot of takeaway from that. Just learned about something different, and it was more K through 12 kind of focused than higher ed. The other thing, of course, had to stop by and check out one of my favorite people, one of those people on Twitter that you always want to talk with and probably love the Star Trek shirt. I'm hoping he grabbed one. If not, I'll make sure to get him one. Rotello. At Rotello, if you look at him online and see what he's talking about, he does some great things with iSchool and some other places. He had a book with 3D printing, so I wanted to grab that. I'm really interested in stuff outside of my normal realm, maker stuff, things like that. Definitely something to check out. And then, of course, the final keynote. So when you're thinking about the final keynote, who do you think? Last year we had Bill Gates, so definitely education, technology, a big supporter of the community with a lot of money behind it. But this year we had a little more comic relief, we had a little more inspiring and kind of true to heart story. So this year we had a great speaker. You might know him from Arrested Development. You might know him from some other movies, some shows. So a great speaker. Jeffrey was awesome, really inspiring. A lot of great takeaways from him, and I think people kind of left inspired, and I think that's what you want people to do, is a big name to bring people in, but also a big name to inspire people to go home and be ready to take on what they do. And really, he appreciates what we do as educators and teachers, and you could tell that's from his heart. And he's inspired of what teachers have done for his own kids and how they take on really the troubles and battles of life to inspire and change people. So I hope everyone enjoyed South by Southwest EDU. If you didn't get to check it out this year or didn't get to make it here, definitely check it out next year if you're an educator. Ask for that funding now. Start talking about it. Start getting ready to come. I definitely want to be back here. Definitely want to talk about what's going on. I'm here through South by Southwest Interactive, so please connect with me at Professor Josh. Don't forget to tweet Instagram, check out my blog, Facebook, all those kind of things, and really connect with me. Other educators, innovators, EdTech companies, other people that are really just interested in education and technology, social media, all of my favorite things. I'd love to connect with you and talk more as we go throughout this time, and then just virtually online. So thanks again, and hope you had a great South by Southwest EDU.
I'll look up and show the motions I'll use. I can hear breathing, I feel the space, and I'll be the